Howdy folks. So as you can see, I've broken out one of my old machines just sort of collecting dust. It was used for a lot of experiments. It used to be a server way long time ago. It had a bunch of drives in it and it was a VM host and all this other stuff. But it's been gathering dust for the last little while. So I found a floppy drive. This is actually kind of a cool one. It's got a memory card reader in it. And anyway, I found this and I've been using this to make disk images of a bunch of floppies I recently found to try and preserve them. I think I had about 13 floppies. 2 of them were permanently damaged, unreadable. I was able to image the rest, and I got some cool files from a very long time ago that I definitely don't have copies of anywhere. So this sort of got me into the mood to do a bunch of just data recovery in general. And I thought, what do I have that is old enough that data recovery would be kind of cool to do on it? And most of the old hard drives and stuff I have, especially drives I've got secondhand, out of courtesy I always deban them when I get them. So they're fully unrecoverable. I can't recover anything from them. There's no point in trying. So it would have to be something that I owned myself, obviously. And that got me thinking from a previous video that I did. And that would be the Kodak MC3. And because I said this was one of my first digital cameras, and it has a compact flash card in it. And this card, like I showed, has only, it has what I believe is 1 or 2 audio files on it. But I mean, that can't be more than 10 megs. So there's actually a pretty good amount of space on this. So I'd like to image this and see if I can use a utility, something like Scalpel for example, to just scan through the binary data and see if I can find any start and end headers for common file types, particularly JPEG. See if I can find any deleted images off this camera card. And I can't really I can't find the USB lead for this thing, and it's got some proprietary type, so it's sort of nice that this just happens to have a compact flash card slot in it, and yeah, so I can just do that. So I'll fire up a live CD on this and see if I can get an image of that card. So I've got the system booted up. It's cards in, and it's mounted. So we've got 3 folders. The DCIM is empty. There's no images or videos. There's 2 songs on here, and the system is also empty. So if we just look at the properties here, so we've got 56 megabytes of space, which could possibly contain recoverable data. So the easiest way, I'll just use the GUI for this because I'm too lazy to type in the DD command. I've just got a 64 gig flash drive to copy everything onto. Okay, apparently I'm retarded. I've been trying to unmount. I've been click the wrong thing. There we go, that makes sense. Create a disk image. .5 megs a second. It's not, oh well, it's stalled, but that would have not been too terrible, but I think that was just filling up some cache. I've never used this card reader before, so I pulled this drive combo out of an old dead machine because, I mean, how often do you see a floppy disk with a actually useful card reader in it, right? All in one. I thought that was kind of neat. So I mean, the floppy works because I was able to recover a bunch of disks, but we appear to have an issue here. We'll see what happens. Oh no, it appears that we have some hardware fault on this SD card. Time has not, it's not fared too well. If you look at the logs, DD is basically just hanging. It's definitely got some bad sectors in the flash, and I think what I'll try and do is I'll try and come up with what sectors actually have issues, and I'll try and DD up to the bad sectors and then just after the bad sector, and try and get as much data as I can. I mean, if there's a lot of bad sectors and they're not in contiguous blocks, I'll just get a utility. I know there's a couple of recovery programs that'll automatically search through. But yeah, that's unfortunate that this SD card is kind of toast. But I mean, hopefully not all, like there's only 1 or 2 bad sectors. That's my hope. So I was able to recover most of the data. Basically, I got the first 4 megs and the last 60 megs. So basically sectors, 7,000 through 8,000 are unreadable. But I mean, that's not a lot of data, so I'm not worried. I mean, the card is basically unusable, but I mean, not like I was going to use it anyway. So I've got 2 files, and time to scrape the data out of those. So I just took the images, put them on my file server, and I used Scalpel to just go through both of the images and look for patterns in the binary that basically represent the headers and the footers of different files. You can read up about how Scalpel works. It's very simple, but it's a very nice piece of software. Anyway, so I did both the beginning 4 megs and the ending 60 megs, and I ended up getting quite a few files. And most of them are videos, actually. I didn't recover any images, so it's possible that I used this mostly as a video camera, or it's possible that just because the videos are bigger, they've overwritten all of the images. That's probably the case. Anyway, just sort of as a follow-up to the MC3 video, I will actually append 1 or 2 of those video clips to the end of this video, just so you can see what the video quality looked like. Quite a few of the videos were actually perfect. They were bit perfect. So just be aware that the quality that you're about to see is not due to corruption or anything over the years. That is the actual quality of that camera. And trust me, if you know how JPEG works, you're going to be able to see the JPEGiness of the way the video is compressed. It's pretty ridiculous. I don't know. I vaguely remember it being better than that, but I guess the years have sort of blurred my memory. It's pretty horrendous.